Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar,
and you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning to all of our listening audience. And good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YT, IG, and FB. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining in the conversation. Thank you for joining the community and the movement. Today is going to be a great show. Not only is it going to be a great show, this is going to be a fantastic week. This is our week, our lives, and nothing or no one can take that away from us. So I appreciate everyone for being here. I appreciate all the love that you continue to give to myself, Miss Morningstar, and the Our Plugs community. Okay, so we're about to get started on the show, but I have to give you your daily reminder. This is your reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water. First thing in the morning, take your morning medication, go ahead and take your vitamins, and get you a great breakfast into your system. There's nothing like starting your day on the right foot, and that right foot means, hey, I've got my meds in, I've got my vitamins in, I'm eating a healthy breakfast. Today's going to be a good day. All right, so let us start with our Black History facts because, of course, it is still Black History Month, although it is Black History 24/7, 365. Let's not ever forget that one. Okay, so overlooked communities and events. Let's get into that. Freedom Summer 1964. In Mississippi, was a dangerous campaign to register Black voters, resulting in violence and arrest. Violence from a certain demographics and arrest to a certain demographics. Y'all can put the pieces together. You know, there's no surprise here. However, we've come a long way. Although they're trying to take us back, we're not going back. Then we have the OC Election Day Massacre in 1920. Exemplified violent suppression of Black voting rights. Once again, a certain demographic trying to stop another demographic of human beings from having the opportunity and the right to vote. Y'all can piece it together. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. All right, so culture and science contributions. I also wanted to include this. The Underground Railroad extended to Mexico. Did you guys know that? Providing freedom for enslaved people beyond the U.S. because some people did not want to stay in the U.S. They wanted to get out of this country. And hey, who can blame them? Being treated less than an animal, worse than animals. You know, of course they wanted to get out of this country. So they extended the Underground Railroad to Mexico. And that is why we have so many Afro-Latinos in Mexico. Okay, Black cowboys made up roughly 25% of the post-Civil War frontier workplace, shaping American Western culture. Let's not forget that if it weren't for cowboys, Black cowboys, this nation wouldn't be in the shape that it's in. I love these Black history facts. I love these facts because not only am I being given the opportunity to share them with you, I'm learning quite a bit. And that is your Black history facts for today from DJ Kitty. Now we will get into our affirmations for the day from my girl, my little sister, Mrs. Morningstar, the affirmation queen. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Happy Monday morning. Quick
Yeah,
weekend, but we here. We made it through. I hope everybody enjoyed Valentine's Day weekend with love in the air and just a good weekend, regardless if you went out or you stayed home and just enjoyed yourself. I hope everyone had a great weekend.
I did.
Welcome back. I did too. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice. We did go out to eat, but we went to a sensible place. All these other places was ridiculous. Like they was charging crazy, crazy prices. And in this economy, I
Yeah.
don't think we got money to waste.
Mm-mm, we don't. No one does.
So yeah, but it was good. We had a good time.
Mm.
So today is still Black History Month, y'all, all day. And I do 365, but we focus high in February. We go hard. So Black History Month honoring strength, resilience, and brilliance while fostering self-love, pride, and heritage. Key themes include recognizing ancestral, personal, and collective power to overcome challenges and thrive. So here are just some quotes to get you through your day, okay? Perseverance is in our DNA. We know what we're capable of and what can't defeat us. Let me read that again. We know what we're capable of and what can't defeat us. Not just surviving, we're out here thriving. We are our own healing place. We lift each other towards the sun, hold each other in the storm, and nurture one another with love. Our power carries us more than just through, it carries us above and beyond. We are most empowered when we empower each other. We are all we got, and that means you got me.
Yeah,
We're here. Where we've been is a roadmap to where we're going, and we're going together.
absolutely.
For every mountain you climb, the ancestors are climbing right along with you. Our kind of courage, our kind of strength, our kind of bold, straight from the ancestors, thanking them. History is how the ancestors let us know you got this. Our ancestors whispered to us from the page of history so that we may write our future. Our dreams are a river that always finds a way. Forward is more than a direction, it's a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Listen for the ancestors' voices, sing songs of our worth, and manifest dreams of our unbound future. The future is in front of us, the ancestors behind us. There's nothing we can't win. Happy
Love,
Monday.
love it, love it, love it. And it's all so very true. Thank you.
All of that. All of that.
Thank you so much. Your contribution, you reminding everyone of our greatness is exactly what we are all about. We're not about the negative, we're about telling folks that although we've been through it all, we're going to be all right. We will be just fine, irregardless to what they may think or how they feel. Okay, let's get into this weather. I love a week where we have good weather. Now it did storm on Valentine's Day evening, night, and it was storming. It was the kids were in the back seat talking about, "Woo, Nana, hurry up." Nana, did you see that? I saw all the lightning, baby. I saw it, and y'all just sit back and relax. I'm gonna drive slow, and I did, and it rained. It got down on the get down. So, Holly Springs today, you have a high of 66, a low of 46. Feels like temperature 65 during the day, 39 at night, with a 20% chance of rain. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be a partly cloudy day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is good. Memphis, Tennessee, you've got about the same. High today of 64, low of 47. Feels like 63 during the day, 40 at night. Let's see, 9% chance of rain. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be a mostly sunny day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is good. H-Town, Houston, Texas. High today of 72. Yes, I love it. Low of 57, feels like 71 during the day, 54 at night. Winds are out of the southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunny conditions. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is good. It's going to be a beautiful day. I love it. I love it. A good day to be at home. And I don't want to hear anybody saying, I'm off today because of President's Day. I don't care. I do not care. I will be going into
Girl, you gotta go to work.
Hush up, Miss Morningstar. Do not start with me.
I love you.
I feel a tickle in my throat.
A little cough coming out.
A little coughy cough. But I'm gonna make the best of it. I'll go in. I sure will do my reports and try and chill for the rest of the day until the show once again. Okay, so that is your weather for the day. We did our affirmations. We did our Black History facts. Let's get into some news that you can use. Lord have mercy. The news is newsing, y'all. Miss Morningstar, what would you like to begin, or would you like to begin? I know
I can start with something that was an attempt to be a negative, but of course, you know, we had a prior black president of the United States, President Barack Hussein Obama, who is so polished and such a decent, strong man. You know, he responded to, you know, the insults that this clown of a president we have right now had, you know, put on his live social, which was a disgraceful racist post of the Obamas in ape bodies, their head on apes. So his response when he was asked during a podcast interview, he said, you know, it's a clown show. You know, he said it's a disgrace, it's despicable. You know, for people to have to see this, people are, you know, basically saying, you know, this administration is so distasteful, as they are, you know. And for anybody to see that and think that was good, and it was a good clapback, or it was a good way to show your racism, joke's on you. Because Obama said, you know, he travels the country, and most people around the country still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness. He said, so when you have the president of the U.S. doing those type of things, it's a clown show. It's a clown show. And, you know, today, yesterday during the All-Star game, President Obama was there. He loves basketball. And he got on the mic and he talked about the opening of his, in Chicago, of the Presidential Center, Obama Presidential Center, which will be opening in June of 2026.
Sure will.
And, you know, that just made me think somebody might be a little jealous.
Little jelly.
You're a little jelly there, because this is going to be a phenomenal center for the community. It's going to have a NBA full-size basketball court. Michelle's garden is going to be a duplicate of Michelle's garden in there. They're going to have a museum in there. They're going to have a library with a whole bunch of historical facts and information about culture and about the community, programs for the kids. You a little jelly?
He's a little jelly.
Because you could never do anything that grand.
What he does is steal other people's stuff, put your name on other people's accomplishments.
all the time. And
all the time.
what I heard he did for Valentine's Day was grift.
As
There was an email that went out talking about where's the love.
Oh Lord, they better not
Where's the
ever
love? He need the love. Don't y'all still love him? Send him $5.
send them $5.
Put 5 on it.
Put 5 on it. Put 10 on it if y'all still love me. I
You
mean,
love me.
man,
You really love me. Put $5 on my books.
you know, at this point, if you really love me, ignore the fact that I'm in those files are my files. If you really love me, if you
I'm the
really love
5.
me, please stop talking about the files and send me $5.
Right.
You know, give me your social, give me all your bank accounts, give me all your money. If you really love
Mm-hmm.
me, the man is a whole clown.
A whole clown.
Half a clown, not a piece of a clown. He's a whole clown.
The entire clown
Then
nation.
all the clowns are in one person who's got black hands and swollen ankles and
And it's alleged that he went on a tyrant. You know, he was a rage, as they say, over the weekend, you know, telling his allies who criticized him about the video that you're dead to me. That's what he said. You're dead to me. Because they criticized him, you know. They say is raging privately at allies who called out his racist video post.
I wonder if those allies that called out his racist video post really cared. Do you really? What did Melangerie put on that jacket? I don't really care. Do you? That's what Melangerie said.
That's what she said.
That's what Melangerie said. So I'm gonna use it towards her baby daddy. I mean husband, you know.
And I heard he got it out for Gummy Bear Scott.
Does he? Because Gummy Bear called him.
Because Gummy Bear called him out on it. And so,
how dare you? We could have had
a
that
week later. A week later, he's still mad.
He's still mad. You should be mad at yourself for even putting it out there. The man is ridiculous. And yes, that's right, Melba. I'm taking my toys and I'm going home. I don't want to be your friend.
I don't want to play with you no more.
I don't want to play.
Not nice.
We don't care, Frumpy. We do not care.
Nice.
He smells. Smells. Anyway, let's get into Pam Blondie.
Oh, wow.
I heard they're trying to impeach her for perjury. Get her.
Get her. Okay.
At this point, you know how we started that petition for Onika what is her Onika
that thing.
Llama, because Onika Llama, okay, that's what she looked like in that.
Onika Llama.
Onika Llama. But we need to start a petition to get her. We need y'all to go ahead and impeach her for perjury. You can't lie, Pam. What kind of attorney are you that you are lying to in a congressional hearing? But she does, you know, they got her as a scapegoat.
I'm trying to figure out what school she went to, because I mean that's what Jasmine.
I want to make sure
she like, because clearly you are not good at your job. Clearly,
not good at your job at all. I love Jasmine Crockett's response. It was classic. But breaking news, Pam Bondi says DOJ released the e-files, and they've got all kinds of people's name in there. Frumpy, they even put Biden in there. Biden ain't been to the Biden ain't got nothing to do with this, y'all. Tucker Carlson, among other politically exposed. And let me break it down to y'all. Let me tell you how frivolous, and in my mind, this is my TikTok, you know, educational and entertainment purposes only. But in my opinion, they're trying to put anybody's names in there to muddy the waters, okay? So that people won't actually be like, okay, it's real. Nah, we're not falling for it. In accordance with the requirements of the Act and as described in various department submissions to the courts of the Southern District of New York assigned to Epstein and Maxwell's prosecution and related orders, the department released all records. Sure, y'all did. documentation, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the department that related to the e-files. I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't believe that. We will find out what's really in those e-files from other countries because they're not hiding it. They're not redacting it.
Exactly.
Unlike the folks over here who's trying to, hide the fact that the man with the black hands was touching children's. Anyway, it included a lengthy list of government officials and political people exposed who are named in the files. The list included Frumpy, Donald J. Trump, Joe Biden, but Biden wasn't in there. Stop lying. Tucker Carlson, Bruce Springsteen, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Adam Schiff, California Senator Adam Schiff, Democrat. No. Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, Barbara Streisand, Kamala Harris, and Barack Obama. They are really and truly doing the most.
President Obama.
Yes, and Kamala Harris. Names appear in these files released under the act in a wide variety of contexts, the letter noted. For example, some individuals had extensive direct email contact with Epstein or Maxwell, while other individuals are mentioned only in a portion of a document, including press reporting. And on its face, it's unrelated to the e-files or Maxwell issues. The letter said no records were withheld or redacted on the basis of embarrassment, harm, or political insensitivity, including any government officials. Yes, sure. Okay, y'all don't want to release it because y'all know Frumpy is all up and through there. But it was addressed, and people were like, no, this doesn't make sense. All I can say to Pam is start packing now.
Get your stuff in order, because they're gonna have to send you care boxes, ma'am. People who love you, if you got anybody who love you, because you're
Girl, nobody is loving on this lady who sat there and lied.
She's going to prison.
Yes, she is. And when you go back and forth, when you're in that congressional hearing, you're there to answer questions, not ask questions. And then you set up there, they really did the most, because they set up and got the history of what all of the members that were looking at the files, what they were looking at, so she could have a talking point. Where'd they do that at? Where you monitored what Congress persons were looking at when they were reviewing the files? That is, if it's not illegal, it's extremely reckless, and it just shows you're biased and that you're trying to hide the fact that your Lord and Savior King Frumpy is just as guilty as we've all said he is. Let's take a quick commercial break. We can pick up this topic, but I need to get this break in there, but we can pick this right back up if you guys have any comments. I see, yeah, T-Wiz, I figured it would be illegal. Yeah, you can't just sit up here and it's like spying. They want to talk about people looking in their phones, but here you are looking into what the Congress persons were looking at during their investigation. Who does that, Pam?
And they got Crooked Eye too. He going to prison too, because he was lying under oath. They got him on video lying under oath. Girl, go ahead.
Yes, let's go to commercial break, and we will get right back into it as soon as we come back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Right.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who sent us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugsllc.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs of Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Okay, so you're right, Miss Morningstar. You left off making a comment in regards to Tangled. And yes, he is going. They are all going to prison. You know, there are a lot of people who may, feel like, okay, nothing's going to happen to them. But nowadays, the way that things are shaking out, and it's shaking out, oh, it's coming. It's coming. And regardless to what people want to happen, karma's not asleep. And when you do an entire nation dirty, like this entire administration has done, it's coming back. All we need to do is get out and vote. And there was some discussion about how Frumpy wants that this administration is trying to make it illegal or impossible for women who are married because their names have changed with their birth certificate. But that's going to end up in court. Let's get into, I wanted to talk about, well, go ahead, Ms. Morningstar. We're going to go back and forth. What do you have next?
Let me see. Okay, well, I could just talk about this weekend, far as the some of the highlights that I saw with Donald Trump and the awkward the Valentine's podium stand that he had with his wife, him and Melangerie. So Melangerie introduces him. They were at the army base, and she introduces Donald, and we
Donna.
love you. And Donald was come to the stage, and we want to thank you for all you done. Thank you, Donald. Please come up. And he comes up, and instead of, helping his wife have a seat, he says, go ahead and sit down, sweetheart. And then he goes, because he wants to hear the crowd roar, but then he says, well, that wasn't for that. It was because I love that song that they were playing. I wanted them to keep playing it. I'm just, the theatrics of everything he does is despicable, it's disgusting. The crowd was not really, and it was the military base, and they weren't really happy to see him, They weren't really happy to see him. They, he claimed, I didn't do that so you guys can cheer more. I just did it for the music. Now you wanted them to cheer louder because you weren't getting no claps. But this is just the narcissist of who we're dealing with. We're dealing with a whole narcissist, so I don't expect nothing different when it comes.
I wish I would clap for this, baby.
Ain't nothing to clap about.
The day I'm gonna clap is when that final blink happens. I'm gonna be
exactly. Ain't nothing to clap about. Also, Don Lemon pleaded not guilty. They found a way around to indict him. They they went to a different judge to get him in court. So he pleaded not guilty. He had a huge support group out there. And they were rallying together, chanting and doing all of their things, to support him. Freedom of speech is the key word in this. Free to express express the news and be a news reporter. He's a news reporter. Pam Bondi tried to throw shade on him, talking about he's a podcaster. No, we know Don Lemon is a news reporter. He's been one for over 30 years.
And what is she? An unqualified.
And what are you?
Talking head. Unqualified.
What are you? Yeah.
You are actually a scapegoat. You just don't even realize it, because when it all shakes out, baby, they're going to come for you and you're going to be like, I was just following orders. Oh, well.
Yeah, no, it don't work that way, Pam Bondi. It don't work that way. So, yeah, I'm just, at this point, every day is going to be something new with them. We're going to keep watching. We're going to keep living.
Was he trying to dance?
I don't know. I ain't see it. He always he do that one little, I can't.
I mean, it looks.
He make my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
I can't watch him too much.
Stomach hurt, aggravation. Everyone is over it, and the mere fact that we are still dealing with this. I just want this nightmare. I want to wake up and all of this to be over with. And I know I am not the only one. But yeah, here we are. I want us to be in a place where we are rebuilding and we are working with our allies once again to repair the damage that this crooked, unhinged, unqualified administration has done. And it's going to take all of us. I don't know. It's a lot for all of us, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah. I'm waiting on those Supreme Court rulings. Some of these.
Me too.
From the Supreme Court.
That's what I'm
what we dealing with when it comes to them. That's part of his Decepticon team too. So, but there are some things crucial that we need to happen when it comes to these tariffs. Right now it's a partial government shutdown too.
It is.
Because Trumpy, we already know they can't come to a decision with this DH.
They can't. How can they? How can they come to a decision when you want to continue to hurt the American people? And the Democrats are like, no. And I don't blame them. However, there's always a fallout. It's like they create a crisis and then they try and make it seem as if, oh, well, they're the ones that has to, it's the Dems' fault. Let me say this about those distractors, because I talked about this earlier. I did go live for a few minutes. We are witnessing once again the same thing that we saw when Kamala ran. When Kamala ran, we saw all these people put all their opinions out there about how unqualified she is. So, but she was more qualified. She was a prosecutor and more qualified than a PDF that's in the White House now, where it's been discovered that he is the files, not a part of the files. He is the files. So all of these people who have made it their mission and are doing the same thing now, talking about Jasmine Crockett, talking about Cory Booker, I noticed that they're only attacking Black Democrats. And why are you attacking Democrats when Democrats hold no power? They hold no power in the House. They hold no power. They're there to vote, but the Republicans hold the House. The Republicans hold the Senate. The Republicans hold the executive branch. We've got more Republican SCOTUSes than we do Democrats. So instead of these podcasters continuously going after Democrats, why aren't you talking about what the Republicans are doing? Even better, where are all of your protests? You protested Kamala on a book tour. When are y'all going to protest Frumpy? I'll wait. When are you going to protest Pam Bondi? When are those protests going to happen? Because you definitely are protesting Democrats. And at this point, we are witnessing people who are fake Democrats who are basically dividing and trying to do away and cause division for people either not to vote or vote for this administration, which is beyond my understanding. Hassan Piker talking about he would vote third party. Well, you're part of the problem. I'm over them. I am truly over them. I know it's about time to bring up Nikki. Coach Nikki, are you about ready? Yeah, I think she's ready.
And before you bring up Coach, I was reading a comment on YT. Mr. Jackson said, I think our culture needs to do and say more things in silence because we are giving them division and they are painting us a picture, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, we do need to talk more. And we do talk a lot in silence, actually. But, we still have to voice our opinion, in my opinion, because right now, we are fighting differently. We are choosing to fight differently. A lot of us aren't going outside and doing, the protesting or doing the other things. We choose to use our voices because if we're too quiet about certain things, then they'll feel like they're, winning. But we need to continue to fight, but we also need to have those private discussions on the back end. Because we can't let them know the plan or the plug all the time. So I agree with you with that.
Absolutely. However, the second comment says our culture needs to start our own party, not Republican nor Democrat. Neither one of them are for us. That's my humble opinion. Let me explain something to you. This is not the time. I agree with you. However, this is not the time. When it's time for us to say, right now, if we decide to break out and do our own thing, we have too many Democrats, too many people of color who are still under the Democratic Party. So if a majority, not even a majority, if enough of us break away, that's just like feeding the third party, which will allow the Republicans to remain in power. Is that what you want? Because if that's what you want, you continue down that path. If it's not what you want, you vote with the Democrats. We get these Decepticons, these devils out of office, and then we move forward. And until then, we are not in a position to say, hey, let's walk away and start our own party. We can't start our own party. We won't be backed. We don't even have people in place. We don't have representatives in place. And if you're talking about Jill Stein and the rest of Cold Pink, baby, please, this is not the place for you. We don't believe in any of that. They are the reason why we are here now. They couldn't vote for Kamala because she was a Black woman. Plain and simple. Missed me with everything else. The reason why they didn't vote for the qualified, educated woman is because she was Black. Instead, they voted for a PDF who's all up and down in the e-files.
Mm-hmm. And definitely we will be moving in silence, but we know how we have to move. We have to move strategic. We can't just think we're going to go and create a party. This is a two-party system, period. Right now, and we have to vote with the party that serves our best interests right now. We already know that it's different things happening on either side, but we see with our own eyes and our own conscience what's happening right now, what's causing us harm. And we have to vote against harm. We have to go against harm reduction. And that's what we're going to do.
And eventually, if we can stay the course, we'll get there. But right now is not the time. The time, not when we have a man who's trying to take your civil rights and my civil rights. Of course he did. Away.
Yeah. Cornel West popped it. Mm-hmm. Of course he did. Because every time when it's voting season, this is what he does. Notice the pattern. Notice the pattern.
Yeah.
Cornel West is the political Don King.
Yeah. Girl, notice the pattern. I mean, did you pay them child support? Bro, you got bigger fish to fry.
Okay, instead of running for office, why don't you get you a job and go ahead and set you up a payment plan?
No, but they paying him to cause this type of division within the Black community. We can't fall for that no more, y'all. We cannot fall for that.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Okay. Hey, Coach Nikki.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, beautiful.
Thank you. How y'all doing?
I'm all right. Doing good.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. Doing good. I cannot complain. How are you?
I'm good. How was your Valentine's Day weekend?
It was uneventful except the thunderstorm. But other than that, it was
good.
We have one now here. I mean, it's been going on for all day. Since yesterday.
Raining.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know we still have snow out here, y'all. I'm in the DMV. We still have snow from 3 weeks ago.
Is it snowing? Or is it
raining now, but it's going to drop. The temperature is going to get low enough for us to have ice. But we still have the same snow. We know we got snowed on twice. So we still have the same snow out here from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. That is nasty work. It's already snow on the ground, and now y'all want to add rain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know how I feel talking to my people that's in Texas, talking about I'm outside with shorts and t-shirt. I'm like, Lord. Send them up here. But I know it rained out there for y'all this weekend too. But
a little bit of rain in the evening. Yeah.
I heard the sun came out right after though. So yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Move to Texas. We're only gonna allow a select few to come to Texas. You made the cut.
Thank you, because I heard y'all Texas don't want nobody else moving out there.
We're about full. Only a select few. You got to be. Look, we're betting. Only a select few.
I will never forget about either my second or third trip to Texas, and I was in the back of the Uber and we were riding. And I'm looking at the houses. I was like, oh my gosh, like these houses in Virginia are like 1.5, 2 million. They're only 300,000 here. I was like, oh, I should really move here, especially like with us working remotely now. When I tell you that joker said, no, don't come out here. He said it's overpopulated already. I was like, oh, let me out. Because what is your problem with me?
It wasn't. It's not you, honey. It's just that we really.
But you know what? Everywhere I look, they're building infrastructure and they're building homes. They're really building it up for more people. Honestly, that's what they're doing. They create roadways, all kind of stuff.
Exactly, and I drove down Highway 6, and Highway 6 in some areas is still wooded. But baby, I drove down Highway 6 a couple days ago, and they have so many apartment complexes that they put up off. You know what area I'm talking about. Highway 6 is huge, so I'm not worried about anybody doxing me, but it's apartments and homes, new homes everywhere. So they are building, but like I said,
there will be room.
No, there will not be room. I'm just saying that we are full and we are vetting, and you passed the smell check.
I feel honored. Thank you.
I need references. Please provide references for everybody else. Okay, so this morning's topic is, should love provide emotional safety?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. And Kitty and Morningstar, if you don't mind, because last week we did Super Bowl Sunday edition, so we didn't get to go over last week's topic, but it actually does merge in, so I combined the two. If I can just tap on both of them, but I feel like it's really important, especially we just went through Valentine's Day weekend, and so some of last week's topic was the topic of some of our conversations that we've had on TikTok, and as well as tonight. And so I was able to put both topics together and kind of, gauge. So last week's topic, you guys, was supposed to be, you can love someone and still need boundaries. And with one of the games that I play on TikTok, if y'all catch me at night, we do some games on TikTok and we talk about different type of relationship styles and dynamics, and how you feel about, generalized relationship topics in general. And one of the topics that came up was, do you feel like your partner should just be able to come in the house and just, do whatever they want to you physically? And a lot of people were like, no, like, you asked me, like, give me my boundaries. And that's where last week's topic was, because we do feel like some people feel like they have ownership once they're married, and they forget that you are your own individual. And throw out the word great, when you're just taking it. And there were some men that came on and were like, no, I'm just going to take it because that's mine. I married. And I'm like, ooh, that sounds a little possessive. And, I understand. And I think P is here in the chat, and she was speaking about that. Yeah, Kitty, I see your face. Morningstar, I see you too. P was like, wait a minute, like, you're supposed to be able to read the verbal cues, and watch your person's body and see if it's okay to do that and invite yourself in. But don't think that you can just come and wake me up, or not even wake me up, just get what you got to get and move on. I'm like, no, that's no different from great.
Yeah, that turns into something else. Yeah.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Else. And that no, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. It's respect and boundaries, like you said. Mm-hmm. And most people with some home training and some couth about themselves understands that there is a chemistry or something that takes place to lead to anything, and also a respect of boundaries. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous.
Let me calm down. First of all, let me say this as nicely as I can. Mm-hmm. Let me make sure I'm radio
friendly.
Correct. You will not be tapping me on the shoulder. You won't take nothing from me. If we are married, it is a mutual respect. It is mutual. We all have the right to say no, even if we are married. I need everyone to understand that, men and women. Just because we are married does not mean that you own me. And that leads me into, how they're trying to make it so that only the husband can vote if you're married because you've changed your last name, and so the woman can't vote. That makes me think that you are trying to take all of my rights away. And not only is outside of the house are you trying to take my rights away? I come inside to my safe space and I don't know if you finna just try and take something. Don't you, baby, you can't. We need to take a commercial break.
I see powerful Black woman in the chat. She said, sure the F not. I agree. So many things came up with this conversation, going through phones where you feel like the person's been out all day long. Like, if that's something that's tolerated. And some of my notes, I said, loving someone doesn't mean tolerating everything. But having boundaries with somebody is not a lack of love. Like, you have boundaries with your friends, you have boundaries at your, in your platonic relationships, at work, things like that. That's a sign of self-respect. And also, the more you honor my boundaries, the more I can honor you as an individual and respect you. But that does not mean that you own somebody, because I don't care what type of committed relationship you're in, even if you're not married, you do not own my body. My body is still my body. Your body is still your body.
Slavery ended, okay?
A long time ago.
A long time ago. T-Wiz, we're going to go to break, but T-Wiz said, my husband better not even take a French fry off my plate.
Woo!
T-Wiz is crazy, though, but... my baby can take a fry, but
different.
He has enough.
It's different.
Yeah, he has enough respect. He'll say, "Babe, can I?" We don't just. Let's go to break, cause see, Nikki, you coming in here.
Not I done pulled a Viper vet on y'all.
Yes, you did, a Viper vet, cause I'm looking at you like I wish. What?
Yeah.
I ain't even worried about it, cause I'm already like.
Yeah, like it was so interesting to hear the conversation.
World?
Yeah. And people really, really believe this, and I'm like, I would hate to be in your household.
When you say people, are we talking men?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to break, because I need to.
Some of them do believe that. Yeah.
Not all, because I know
There's some that believe that. I mean, I can believe that there's some that believe that they have no type of coup or no type.
And there's probably some women that believe that, oh, he's my husband, so we can do whatever. Baby, if you believe that, get ready for your head to be in between the washer and the dryer. Okay, let's go to break. Okay. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back. I wish somebody would try and take some. Girl, what?
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection, located in our TikTok shop, and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out Morningstar Boutique by Tam.com, where your light owns your style.
Hello, my name is Keith Young. I'm the founder of Young Helping Hands, headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. Young Helping Hands is a business created to help seniors in our community. We help seniors in all areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, in efforts to enhance their overall health and wellness. To learn more about Young Helping Hands, please visit our website, www.young-helping-hands.com. You can also reach out to us via email, younghelpinghands1@gmail.com. Lastly, you can visit us on Our Plugs podcast, January.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7. The Change. Okay, so I think I've wrapped my mind around the word take.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this as nicely. I wish a person would. No, I don't. I don't wish none of that because, no, we're not doing that. But go ahead, go off, Nikki, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on mute.
So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the emotional safety, because the two do go hand in hand. And a lot of us feel like, and I'm saying a lot of us because I've been able to talk to a lot of people on this TikTokaroo. And I've learned that some of us feel like if we set boundaries, we'll lose the other person. My perspective is you should be more concerned about losing yourself. Because once you start doing that and allowing somebody to take possession over you and take total control like that, they feel like they can do anything. And then also you start to overgive. You literally are just a body in a household that allows somebody to do that. And I understand there were certain things that came up like, well, if he's paying all the bills, like these are in my DMs, these are live in the chat. This is all over. If he's paying all the bills, I feel like I should do this. There was one person that came on and said that, oh, well, I feel like this, that, and the third should be done by the time I get in the house. And I said, woo! And I thought I ran a strict program, baby. And I should be able to get it whenever I want to. And I'm like, okay. So you believe that because you are now committed to someone that they are now your in-home slave. And that is some of the beliefs that a lot of people carry. I find it very interesting to learn about the people that we share this planet with. And there are people that believe just what I just said. And I mean, I'm sitting back like, oh, interesting.
I'm not real shocked though, because I have heard people say in conversations with just conversations that people will feel they have that entitlement, and I just be like, wow, what type of house? I mean, and I know everybody has a different way they run their household, but to me, like you said, it's complete violation of respect, their boundaries, their body, everything. That should never happen.
And when you allow that, you allow this person to devalue you.
Yeah, you do.
They don't see it that way because they're seeing it from one perspective. And if you live in a mindset of where, and then people will also con you into believing that, oh, well, I do this, that, and the third. Let somebody say it one time and you feel like you cannot show up the way that you need to show up financially. And this person is taking care of everything. They will place it in your mind. If that's how you believe in yourself, if that's the role that you've decided to take on, this person does not value you anymore. That's how abuse is introduced. But I'm going to hope that the people that I talk to are moving differently now, because everybody's perception is their reality, but it's not reality. And sometimes it takes for you to say your situation and say your beliefs for somebody to kind of challenge that and introduce you to another way of thinking. Right. But these people were set on, oh, well, no, if I set these certain boundaries, he's not going to love me anymore. That's not true. You're actually going to build resentment towards yourself and that person, and you're going to hate you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at it from a person who is allowing themselves to be treated like this. Mm-hmm. Now, scenario, the whomever is paying all the bills and that person feels that they can come in and say and do whatever and take whatever. What if that person who is submitting and having to endure this type of treatment runs into somebody who makes more money? Then what?
Oh, well,
because basing it on finance, and you're basing the fact that you can come in and do whatever you want to that person because you're paying all the bills.
Mhm.
But what if big bank takes little bank
Mhm.
and they meet somebody who has more moolah, more money? They
And
make more money.
yeah,
And,
from mhm.
and that person who decides, who feels like, oh, I can go in because I pay all the bills. I can go in and just take what I want. But they meet somebody who can double that, and that person decides that I'm going to respect you as a person and not just take, but I'm going to ask. The quickest way to lose somebody is to treat them as if they are a possession. Women, please wake up. One man's trash, and if he's treating you like this, it is trash. He is treating you as if he owns you, is another man's treasure. And I guarantee you, there is somebody else out here that can treat you a whole lot better.
Indeed. And for in my experience, Kitty, it depends on how long that person's been in that toxic situation. It depends on how long they've been in that cycle, because there's something called Stockholm syndrome, where you become in love with your captor. And you might not see it as that because this person has made you their wife. Or their husband, because I don't want to put it all on men. These dynamics exist in every single format. There's something called Stockholm syndrome, and it depends on how long you've been brainwashed enough to believe that there is no better than me. And I don't care who comes along, because the people that do end up meeting, because this does happen, the women and men that do end up meeting a person that can treat them better and that's going to respect their boundaries and respect them as a human being, by that time, they're so far gone that they cannot see it. We can sit here and have the three of us can have a conversation with somebody saying, baby, you know, this is wrong, right? You know, you deserve better, right? It depends on how long they've been going along this cycle for them to believe you. We talked about boundaries a lot on this show. We've talked about the statistics as far as how long it takes a person to leave an abusive relationship. It's 7 to 10 years. So we can sit down and think that we're having a heartfelt conversation and really empowering them. The three of us can hover around somebody that's been in a situation like this. It's going to fall on deaf ears or go in one ear and out the other. They might consider it, but it also depends on who they have around them that's actually pouring into them and trying to really convince them to themselves. But it works like that. Now, if you're newly in a relationship and those red flags come up and you end up having a conversation with somebody and they're saying, baby, you being abused, you need to get up out of there. Hopefully it clicks a lot sooner. But if you've been with this person for years, unfortunately, it's been a wash, rinse, repeat for you. So you're kind of stuck there. And we see this in movies all the time. What was Tyler Perry's I Could Do Battle by Myself, or Why Did I Get Married? What is the movie? And
Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah, Sheila's man was, tearing her up all the time and really making her feel bad about herself. And then this man, the one man that they met when they went on the vacation, decided he was going to treat her better. Even then, she still chose her husband in that episode, right? She still chose her some time to decide, okay, no, I really do deserve better. People aren't just telling me this. I need to do better. And she bounced back. She came back. She lost weight. And she ended up marrying that man. But this is real life. You know, this really does happen. I myself have had friends that have been in abusive relationships, and it's hard to stomach when you're talking to these people. I've actually kind of love them from a distance. Like I can't hear you say this all the time. It's making me sick to hear you say that this person is treating you like this all the time and you not doing anything about it when you don't even realize the power that you have. You could just cut him dry and leave. But they don't see it that way. They see like they have made this person in a term their God. And this person has convinced them that you cannot do better without me. Nobody's ever going to want you. Oh, who's going to want you with 3 kids? It goes deep. It goes deep.
It becomes like T. Wiz said in the comments. It's a self-esteem issue with that person, because now their esteem, they have no self-esteem. They have no way to feel like they can build themselves up to leave a person like that, because nowhere in your vows does it tell you that you have ownership of a human. No, it's about partnership. It's about partnership, love, and respect in your vows. So there's no way that you think just because you know, and unfortunately, a lot of people who, are stay-at-home moms, have those situations where, and not all of them, but have those situations where, I gotta have his dinner ready at this time. Gotta make sure his bath water ready. Gotta make sure I had the bed together. We choose as wives and mates, soulmates, to do things out of love and honor and respect for our spouses, not because we have to. We don't have to have dinner ready at this time. We don't have to make sure the game is on and his cold drink is ready for him. We don't have to do any of those things. I know I don't. You know,
I don't.
Capable of doing everything. He know how to wash his own clothes. He do everything. Because
but I choose to. It's my choice.
Exactly. If I choose to say, "Babe, throw your clothes in," he'd be like, "Oh, thank you." I
It's
mean, he
not-
literally thanks me. It's those kind of relationships that you have to, look for people who appreciate you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the people who don't look for that is because they are suffering from some type of self-esteem issue.
Yep.
And that is it. Yes, I agree with you 1,000%, Miss Morningstar. And I hate that for them, but we are here to help people to understand that love should provide emotional safety.
Yes. That actually brought me into the close of that part to go into emotional safety. Like, even when Morningstar was just saying, like, I don't have to do that, like, I almost kind of felt like an angst inside of me. And when you move that way, when someone's convinced you, I do believe somebody can convince you, can burn your self-esteem out of you. Depends on how you entered, the situation, where you're not coming into a situation whole and then allowing someone to kind of play on your mindset like that. You do start to feel insecure. Your self-esteem just kind of almost diminishes. And then there's resentment, so when there are no boundaries, love turns into exhaustion. You start over giving, you start over explaining, you start shrinking for this person because you feel like you have to, because they've convinced you. And it depends, these relationships where there are people who, you kind of keep everything. And I think that it's situational for what you should tell people outside of your relationship. But when you feel like you've been abused, even if it's just a small inkling that something is wrong, I think that you should tell somebody. But when you're stuck in this habitat and in this dynamic, it's almost hard for you to believe that, okay, this is wrong. So you end up just kind of being stuck. But to love having emotional safety, there needs to be emotional safety in there. I need to be able to feel like I can come to you and say, hey, babe, this does not feel right.
This doesn't feel like love.
This does not feel right. This does not feel like love. If you feel like you have to shrink yourself to be loved, that's not love. If you feel anxious more than you're at peace around a person, that's not love. If you feel afraid to speak your truth, that's not love.
Yeah. You should be able to tell your person any and everything, especially about how they make you feel. If you can't talk to your person about how they make you feel, who else are you going to talk to? Because eventually you're going to talk to someone, and your person should want you to talk to them, because the minute they feel like they can't come to you, they will start expressing that to someone else. And then you've got somebody else in your picture that you may not be ready to deal with.
And sometimes they could talk themselves into somebody else's bed. So you better be careful.
I ain't say all that, but it does.
You better be careful. Love should definitely feel safe. It's not confusing. It's not chaotic. It's not emotionally violent. You should never be coming to your person and speaking to them about your feelings and then they use it against you.
Yes.
Or tell you that this was one of my questions on my game night. I had a list of 100 questions, y'all, and based on different type of relationships. And one of the questions was, is it a red flag if you express yourself to your person and they say you're being too sensitive?
Ooh. Yes, that is a red flag.
Major.
If I'm expressing myself, we should be able to have a conversation. If you tell me, if I pour out my heart to you and tell you how I am feeling, and you tell me, oh, you're being emotional or oversensitive, or you say anything to that nature, that is a huge red flag, because you're invalidating me as a person.
Exactly.
And
that's the worst thing you can do, is invalidate somebody.
Oh, yeah.
When they're telling you how you're making them feel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing that. I don't do that. If I'm telling you that is how I feel, I need you not to argue with me, and just understand that this is how I feel. We're not the same exact person. So you are giving that to me, but this is how I'm internalizing it. Don't discount my feelings,
Right.
let me be me and come to you as your spouse
Mm-hmm.
or your significant other so that we can work on this, so we can continue to build our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If you shut me down, then be ready to deal with the consequences, because nobody's going to stick around
Mm-hmm.
and continue to be abused. And you're right, Nikki, that's how other people enter your relationship. You're allowing them in.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that that's always the case. There's many cases where you're doing everything that you can possibly do, and this person's just out there trying to find something new.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. And while we're talking about what love is not, I want to talk about what emotional safety actually is. And what that means is you can express your feelings without being mocked. You can disagree without fear of punishment. Like they're going to come back and, and say something like, oh, I spoke up for myself. Like, is he or she going to be mad? You can be vulnerable without it being weaponized later. You don't feel like you're walking on eggshells around this person. That's emotional safety. It's the feeling of I can be myself here, truly. And I want everybody, you don't have to answer here at all, but I want everybody to sit with themselves tonight. Like, I know we like to journal in this group, in this community, and I want everybody to sit with themselves and ask yourself, do you feel safe being your full self in your relationships? And if it's even a little bit of no, there needs to be some readjustments. Even if it's a little bit of no, there needs to be some adjustments, because you're excusing behavior. And I hope that you can live with that.
And can I say this, Nikki? I don't want people to confuse with not being your original self with changes that you should be making.
Yeah.
Because one thing for certain and two things for sure, there are always ways of self-improving who you are. Because if your other significant other is telling you, hey, you are, displaying some of these ways that, even though you might feel I'm just being me, but is being you always a good thing? It could be toxic. It could be causing some problems. And you have to learn. And I have to tell myself this, because this
Me
is a
too.
lesson I've learned.
Come on.
To reevaluate you and see, are you causing some of these issues? Because it's not always the other person.
Right.
They can just be following the lead, like, well, this is what she wants, or this is what he wants, so let me go ahead and do it, because and they may not be that comfortable with it, so yeah, it's a lot in that.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
I fully agree with you, because there are people that are committed to just being a-holes out here and feel like you should just accept me for the jerk that I am.
Just accept me because you married me and this is who I am. No.
No.
That's why they have divorce courts, because nobody has to sit back and take abuse from anyone, whether it's physical, mental, financial, emotional, spiritual, all of the O's. No.
Cube used to be my favorite rapper until he thought he was blacker. I guess he think he black. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. There was a true song. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. For real.
Cube let me down. He
let me down, but I look, that hook right there is so true.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Check yourself, Cube, because you didn't wreck yourself.
So he wrecked himself. He need to follow his own advice.
I'm screaming.
But I digress.
I fully agree with you, ladies, and I want to give you guys some signs of, and I think most of us must. I hope we're all mature enough to understand what doesn't feel right. We have a nervous system. Everybody is equipped with a nervous system. Listen to your body. I'm a huge fan of listening to my body, and there are signs that you can look for that will tell you that you're in love without emotional safety, and that's if you have the feelings of over-explaining yourself constantly. Now, I do believe that there are some anxious people that naturally do that on their own. But in a relationship setting, to feel like you have to over-explain yourself constantly. Morningstar earlier, when she was saying about, she doesn't have to do these things, but she does them and her husband thanks her. If you feel like you have to over-explain or even explain why the dishes weren't done because you're taking care of the kids and doing laundry and doing everything else, you're one person. So that is not emotional safety, because there has been a foundation set that you feel like you have to do that. This person might have created that environment for you. Or if you rehearse a conversation before having it with your person, you're afraid to bring up issues because it's going to start a fight, or they dismiss your feelings and tell you that you're being dramatic. That's happened to me and I'm not with them anymore either. Okay. That has happened to me as well. You're anxious every single time they pull away from you. That creating that between you. And so now you're like, oh my gosh, are they with somebody else? Are they leaving me? What are they thinking? Or you feel small after argument because they're going to make sure that they won, when it should never be like that. It should definitely be a balance. So if your nervous system is always activated, your heart is not at peace.
You're right. And if you are walking on eggshells, your person should never make you feel like, your person should never give you anxiety. If you have anxiety thinking about, if I have this conversation, it's going to go left, or will he or she get upset and it break out into a huge blow up? There is nothing wrong with counseling. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with it. My husband and I had been in counseling for years, and we needed it. I'm the first to admit it. I needed counseling for myself. Yeah. I needed to understand what I was doing to him and the words that I was saying to him that made him feel a certain way. And he needed counseling for the same reason, because we aren't the same person. We didn't grow up, but we had to learn how to effectively communicate with each other so that we could respect each other and talk things out. Mm-hmm. Are we perfect? Heck no. Mm-hmm. I've been with this man for 32 years. There has been, baby, that's a whole nother show. Mm-hmm. And we have been through our ups and downs. Nobody's relationship is perfect. We are a work in progress after 32 years. Mm-hmm. Still working on it, mm-hmm. continuing to work on it. But the whole premise is we elect to work on it. The problem comes in is when one person or both people say, I'm done working on it.
Yeah.
And that's up to you. That is your relationship. That is you, maybe taking a moment to speak with someone other than your friends and family. Truly, when I tell y'all don't go to friends and family, I mean that.
Please
do not go to your friends. Do not go to family.
That's the worst.
They can't help you.
They cannot.
Please don't.
They are no good for
you.
Go
to someone who doesn't even know you.
Yes.
Who does not know you, and speak to that person about how you are feeling.
Please don't involve
move on.
Maybe if I had a
if you want to save your relationship. Now, if you want to ruin your relationship and have everybody looking at your spouse upside their head at every event,
and looking at you crazy for saying. And looking at you crazy for saying.
And looking at you
after
crazy for saying. After
you told me all of this. Told everything about, like,
and you still there.
Guess what he did? Guess what
and you still there.
And then y'all booed up at the family reunion. Everybody gonna be whispering, talking,
and talking about you.
It's not gonna be good.
No. So please, for the sake of your own sanity, mm-hmm. if you guys are going through it, don't jump into couples therapy just so y'all can fix that. Jump into your therapy first and ask your person to jump into their therapy first. And then y'all come together and do couples therapy. But don't just go in there and your therapist is not family and friends, family, none of that. We are going to normalize making better choices. Mm-hmm. Keeping family and friends about your business. Mm-hmm. Because they don't pay a single bill in your house. Mm-hmm. None. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Nikki.
Right. Okay. So I know we're kind of getting close, but I want to talk about, what emotional safety is actually built on. And it's built on accountability. So healthy love says, I hear you. I can see that hurt you. I will work on that. Or how do you feel like I can be better for you? An unhealthy love says what we said before, you're too sensitive. You're overthinking. Oh, that never happened. Because people love to rewrite the past. People love to rewrite the past. That never happened. Oh, you're always complaining. That's unhealthy. So love does not invalidate your emotional reality because, again, your perception is your reality. It's not reality, but still, when we're talking about bringing people together, they must honor that. They must honor how they perceive whatever it was. But that's how you have a conversation about, oh, okay, I see that you see it that way. Even if in the moment you don't necessarily understand, it's not built on that. It's about reassuring your person. Making sure your person feels safe to come to you. Because when you open that door for safety, guess what? They don't keep anything from you.
There
They
you go.
talk to you about everything. You're creating a very safe environment. So to where you almost never even have to wonder anymore. You can have a conversation about everything. You know, sometimes the person's mood might be off and has nothing to do with you, but because you've established this emotional safety and you've taken accountability in the past, now they're comfortable enough coming to you saying, "Hey, babe, I noticed that you might have been." Even I'm going to say snappy for lack of a better word. Oh, babe, you know what? It's not you. And I'm sorry that you felt that something happened at work today. That's what we have to start doing.
Absolutely. Nikki, we are at the end of the show. I thank you so much. I really do. You bring topics that really make us think, and it's for the betterment of all of us. I just wanted to read this last comment, and I'm going to advise everybody, please get into counseling if y'all are going through this. T-Wiz, as usual, said, my husband and I did counseling after I burnt his stuff up. I came with you today, T-Wiz.
I love that.
If y'all are burning up clothes and cutting up clothes, please get into counseling. Please, if T-Wiz can reform, anybody can.
And y'all don't let the 4-year-old convince you something about your house. Don't let the 4-year-old do it.
We're going to have a whole show about T-Wiz and that incident of her kidnapping her children.
We love T.
And we do. And taking them across the country and burning up her husband's stuff. And he is a police officer.
Okay.
I mean, a police officer. Burnt up everything, include. Let me not tell her business. All right, T-Wiz, I'ma chill. Anyway, y'all gotta know T-Wiz a lover. Y'all, she crazy. I mean, she's different. I ain't gonna call my baby crazy. I'm just gonna say she a little different.
I'm different.
I'm different. Yeah,
she's Capricorn. I mean, we have different levels to us.
She was on level 10. Anywho, Coach Nikki, you know you always end with an affirmation. You got us, girl.
Let's go.
I got you. Do the honors, please.
Bow your eyes and close your head.
Y'all ready?
Wait. There you go.
I deserve a love where I feel heard, seen, and emotionally safe. I will no longer confuse chaos with connection.
Yes, one more again.
Hallelujah.
I deserve a love where I feel heard, seen, and emotionally safe. I will no longer confuse chaos with connection.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Received.
Chaos versus connection. I love that, Nikki.
Chaos.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Any last words for our listening audience?
Y'all have a beautiful week out there. Holly Springs, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you so much to 92.7 WKRA The Change. Shout out to Raven. Y'all do something good this week for yourselves and then somebody else, okay? But we're going to choose happy, all right? Choose happy. Choose you.
Amen. Miss Morningstar, go ahead and take us home.
I love that. Choose happy, y'all. Raven, if you can, play that song Happy. What's his name? That song, huh?
Pharrell Williams?
Yes, play that at the end of the show for the staff. We want everybody to be happy. It's Monday. Be happy. Get out. Enjoy your day. It's gonna be a beautiful week. Thank you, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, WKRA. We love you. We appreciate the support. Thank you for having us this morning. Come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will have Veterans Voice. You already know how we roll on Veterans Voice. It's gonna be some stuff, but it's gonna be good. We need to hear these things. We gotta know what's going on in our community.
We do.
We gotta know. So until then, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Be good. Thank you, TikTok. And thank you, YT, YouTube, and Instagram and Facebook. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guest. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.